everybody, my name is Thomas J. Barkowski. Just got back from the MinMax Proquest season number 3 here in the Chicagoland. I brought Oldhim today, very aggressive Oldhim. It's a variation of the Wesley Dong number 5 World Oldhim list. And at MinMax I went 3-3. I won the first round, played into a 5. I lost the second round. Got beat up by a Mechanoid Dash, never played against Mechanoid Dash, and played very aggressive into it, and then they built the Mechanoid, and they went into a double high octane, boosted, had 4 or 5 action points, and went Mechanoid for 6, Mechanoid for 6, Mechanoid for 6, Mechanoid for 6, and I died. Round 3 we had another 5, and we got the win on the 5, so it went 2-0 versus 5s. Round 4, we got paired up to a Dory, and I most likely should have won this match, but I lost. I played against a very skilled player, and he beat me. No ifs, ands, or buts, he just beat me. Round 5, I played against a Rhinar who rolled 6-6-5-6 and absolutely destroyed me. And then round 6, I played against a Lexi, and I beat that Lexi. I had the early lead, and then I was able to block out and then chip away after that early lead. So overall 3-3, not bad for a guy who usually only gets 3 games on the weekend in Indiana, and the rest of his games I play on Talishar. Unfortunately there's nothing local to me, within 30 minutes. So the 2 closest places, Indiana, it's a 50-minute drive, and then MinMax games about an hour 15 away. So I thought I did pretty good overall. Realistically, I could have went 5-1, but ultimately I went 3-3. So I just wanted to take it through the deck. So it's my standard loadout here: Winter's Whale, along with the Stalagmite. Didn't even bring Ramparts, so only Stalagmite, Creator's Fist, Crown of Providence, Findall, Spring Tunic, and the Snapdragon Scalers. Now my target for Snapdragon Scalers is one of the 3 E-Strikes in the deck. E-Strike for 7, snap it, and then come in with something like a Command and Conquer, or any card that costs 3. You can do a card that costs 4, but you're going to have your Tunic up, and you're going to have a card in Arsenal most likely. Best case scenario, you go E-Strike 7, snap into a Command and Conquer for 2, or use your Tunic resource to pummel it. That turn gets nutty. I think I pulled that turn off once. I know against the second Phi, he elected to go second, and turn 1 I had the Endless Winter fused, and then my Arsenal card became Blizzard. So that put me off into a great path, and that didn't really allow him to do anything. Now on our sideboard we have AB4, and AB4 is for Kano, and for Icelander I was going to run AB3, but I did not run into a Kano or an Icelander. And then my other sideboard we have the Sledge, basically for Guardians. For the Wizards, I was going to run Winter's Whale with the Arcane Lantern. And then we have the Oasis Respite for our Wizards. And some other, matchups if I feel like I need a little extra block. The deck is made to go fast, be aggressive, so this paying 1 is going to have to come from Tunic, and all these other cards require the Tunic. So I don't play Oasis much, don't play Sync much, and don't play Staunch. Staunch is really for the Guardians and Dorinthia. That's about it. So the deck's made to go fast. So we have 2 Choke Slams, 3 Command and Conquers. Now I will admit, I was not a fan of Disable. 1, because it costs 5, and almost everybody was running Crown of Providence. So it didn't matter. This Crush effect didn't matter. So for the future, I will take Disable out of the deck. CNC's kind of along the same thing. It doesn't really threaten the Arsenal because they can get that Arsenal out. But CNC is a 2 cost, which makes it so easy to be pummeled. And it feels so good to pummel. To Command and Conquer, or you can even Earthflow Surge into a Command and Conquer and pummel it. That costs 6 resources, you're pitching 2 blue. So that hand feels great, but very rarely do you get it. We ran 8 pummels, 3 red, 3 yellow, and 2 blues. This deck isn't really made to block, it's just to throw down big attacks for, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then slap a pummel, get a card out of hand, tear asunder a card out of hand, and give it from Frostbites with the Endless Winter, and to beat your opponent that way. And then we have our E-Strikes, which I love E-Strike. Most of the time it is a +2 and I'm going to snap it, or it's going to be the Go Again. Or you can just play it by itself. You block with 2 cards, you have 2 cards left, and you come in for 7. It's absolutely awesome. 3 Blizzards were really good for basically all the heroes I played today. The only hero that did not care about Go Again was Rhinar. Lexi cared about Go Again, Fi cared about Go Again, Dash cared about Go Again, and Dory cared about Go Again. These 2 Cold Snaps, I'm going to remove these from the deck because they were very underwhelming today. This card's really meant to be like an Ice React or going into a Winter's Wail, Frosty Winter Wail. But sometimes you just kind of get stuck with it and it's just not good. I don't know. Maybe I'm just playing wrong, but I just really didn't like it. Buckling Blow is really just a blocking card or a pitch card for 3. So no complaints there. It's also a popper. Didn't play a Dromai, so it didn't matter. Channel Lake is great. Wish there was another ice card that blocked 3. That was blue, because Channel's awesome. Icy Encounter. I did pummel this card once. I think I had like a pummel, an ice blue, and 2 regular blues, so I played the Encounter into a pummel. And then Icequake. This card's really meant for D-reacting for Oldhim, and then the Winter's Wail, but sometimes you just get stuck with a lot of blues. So, a couple times throughout these games, I got stuck with like 4 reds, and I had to pitch 3 of them to Winter Wail, and then a couple times I got stuck with 4 blues without like a Macho Grande or a Buckling Blow, or even a Cranial Crush. And Icequake was underperforming. Macho Grande is great. That's second cycle coming for the Dominate. I really like Macho Grande. Blue block 3. Can be very hard to get off with that 7 cost. But it's a good card. I like it. Polar Blast. Polar Blast is good and it's not good. You play it from Arsenal, it's really good. You get to draw that card, and if they don't want to pay that 1 and something comes in dominated like a Buckling Blow, and you can pummel it, it's game over. GG. Thanks for playing. So that card can be great, and that card can also be very meh. Pursuit of Knowledge didn't really get it much. That's really a Dromai card. But being one of them in the deck in 6 games, I really didn't see it that often. Tear Asunder is amazing. Love it. Winter Bite I really like, and Winter Grasp is really nice. And it's a nice 3 block ice card. Not many of those. So when you have to block, it's nice to have a Winter Grasp in hand compared to like a Winter's Bite, Polar Blast, Icequake. Icy Encounters are all block 2s. So moving forward, I'm going to take out this Disable and just make it a Debilitate. Debilitate got off a few times, and it's a really good card. You're coming in 4 for 8, and it could really be 4 for 10, because it's going to save you 2 life, unless they block it out. Endless Winter just overperforms. Every time you swap somebody with an Endless Winter, it changes tempo. I started out turn 0 against Fi, Endless Winter, fused. They drew up on their turn, they had 4 Frostbites, and then if they activated Fire or used the Ember Blade, they gave them another Frostbite, so that ruined their turn 1. And when it came back to me, I could tick up on my Tunic and take tempo, and I never let off the gas. And then these Earthflow Surges, my only complaint is that it doesn't work on the hammer, so it's attack action cards. And sometimes you'll go Earthflow Surge and a pummel, or an Earthflow Surge and 3 blues, but none of them are attacks. So then you kind of just have to not do as much damage as you like, arsenal the Earthflow Surge and use it in the future, which can hurt tempo, especially when you're not blocking month. You want to hit me for 10, I want to hit you for 10, I want to stay close, and then I want to have these on-hit effects that give me an edge. So Earthflow Surge most of the time is very good. I really liked it. I put these 3 Earthflow Surge in, and I took out 2 Outmuscle and 2 Zealous Beltings, and then the 4th card difference, I pumped up Endless Winter from 2 to 3 from my Talishar testing to my PQ, but this is exactly what I brought to PQ. So overall, I thought it was pretty good. If I would have played better against Sidori, I most likely would have won. We both drew not so good. And it was a longer game, and they just outplayed me. The Rhinar high rolled me, and the dash, I just didn't have the experience. I never played Mechanoid, and they made me pay for my lack of skill into Mechanoid. So really excited for next week. Next week I'm doing another PQ, and then 3 weeks from now I plan on going to the Calling Indianapolis and participating in that. So I'll be bringing Oldhim. For the future, I want to bring a little more defense, a little less ice cards, and a little more defense, a little more 3-block blues. So when I have to block in the nitty gritty, it's not 2, 2, 2, and 3, or it could even be 2, 2, 2, 2. You know, if you draw like 2 pummels and 2 ice cards, what happens when you run 8, where you have the Pursuit of Knowledge. But overall, I was happy with the deck. I still need lots of practice. I'm not where I want to be. Not where I need to be, but I am enjoying the deck, and it's super fun to pummel people. If you haven't pummeled people, try it out. It's super great. This event was hosted by MinMax, and the owner and the workers for MinMax were absolutely phenomenal. And it truly is one of the best local game stores in the country. Just absolutely amazing. No fluff about it. They love Flesh and Blood, and they're there for the community, and it's just a wonderful environment. There was 60-ish players. All 6 matches were against, talented, skilled individuals. I did not have an easy win. I did not feel completely outpaced and outclassed by everybody, but never had an easy win. And then luckily we had DM Armada, and Flake was there, and then Josh from hometown. TCG came as well, so it's just a wonderful event. We have 2 awesome judges, and the community is just great. The event ran really smooth. I would have liked to perform better. I ended up in 32nd, I believe, going 3-3 out of 60. And then my friend also went 3-3, and he ended up in 25th. So I think 20th to 36 or so, we're all 3-3. So that's just a recap. This is the Oldhim, aggressive Oldhim that I brought to Proquest 3. I'm going to make a few changes to shore up my defense a little bit, and then I'll be bringing this back to Proquest 3 Week 2 next Saturday. And then my only question is do I mess with this Null Rune, or do I leave it alone? There was a Kano today. I did not play the Kano. And there were a couple Icelanders, but I didn't play the Icelanders. Or a couple of them that were there. I didn't even see them. So I don't know if they were at higher tables or I just dodged or what. I'm not really sure. But these 4 slots would be nice to have. But I'll probably just leave it alone. Next Saturday is a 24-person tournament. So, the meta is wide open. Every hero was represented at MinMax games except for Katsu. But every other adult hero was there. So, take it what you like. Good luck on your Proquest season. Good luck at your calling if you're going to Indy, or if you're going to the calling Auckland. And have a great rest of your day.